Hello everyone. Today we embark on a new chapter for Softlogic Life, an exciting chapter that's bound to transform the insurance landscape of the country, touching the lives of Sri Lankan citizens in the country and around the world. Softlogic Life is the fastest growing life insurer in the country and has etched its name as a pioneer in industry innovation. Industry firsts that have transformed the life insurance canvas in Sri Lanka. It is an inherent passion to initiate new ideas within the industry that has brought Softlogic Life into launching a whole new spectrum into the life insurance portfolio. And so today, we pave that path of pioneering innovation. For the first time in Sri Lanka, Softlogic Life introduces Softlogic Life Dollar Saver, a dollar savings plan with a life insurance cover. It's an opportunity to save and earn in dollars with a 6.5% guaranteed annual return. And it's not just a first for Sri Lanka, it's also the first time that Softlogic Life moves beyond Sri Lankan shores, the start of numerous initiatives designed to expand the company's purview and position insurance as a services export. And to start off the event, it's my pleasure to invite Managing Director of Softlogic Life Insurance PLC, Iftika Ahmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, Softlogic Life takes immense pride in bringing to you the country's first ever foreign currency insurance product that we have named the Softlogic Life Dollar Saver product. It comes to you from Softlogic Life, which is Sri Lanka's fastest growing insurance company that has clocked growth 43% in the first half of 2021, and this is following strong growth that the company has achieved of around 30% CAGR over the past 5 years, which is almost doubling the growth of the industry. The design and simplicity of this product is absolutely awesome, and amounts of up to $10,000 can be done via our fully digital process on any digital device that you possess. The product has a minimum of $5,000 and a maximum of $100,000 and combines the elements of protection and investment return in a very meaningful manner. We are reaching out to all Sri Lankans living and working overseas from the Middle East, UK, Australia, Canada, and many other locations to meet us online and subscribe to this very attractive proposition. This is also the time that Sri Lanka is looking to attract foreign exchange, and being probably the most innovative company in the market, it is our absolute pleasure to bring you something special with the Softlogic Life Dollar Saver product. We will ensure that the proceeds of this product will be invested in government securities and similar risk instruments, avoiding currency exposure and ensuring that we are able to maintain all the liquidity that we need on behalf of our policyholders. We would like to assure you that this product is strictly according to the central bank foreign exchange regulations and all other regulatory requirements. So, as we cover around 1.5 million Sri Lankan lives, with 1 in every 3 policies sold in the country being a Softlogic Life policy, we extend a very warm welcome to all Sri Lankan families living overseas to join us with a dollar saver policy so that we can protect everything that is precious to you and that we can continue to protect your health and your life. Thank you very much.
Sri Lankans living overseas can now save in dollars to get a 6.5% guaranteed annual return on their savings, plus a life insurance with Sri Lanka's first ever dollar saver insurance solution. Softlogic Life Dollar Saver. Start saving with a minimum $5,000 and revel in personalized assistance plus a 100% digital onboarding process. Softlogic Life Dollar Saver. Extra dollars for your extra efforts.
With that interesting glimpse into the product, let me invite the Executive Vice President and Chief Distribution Officer Alternate Channel, Softlogic Life Insurance PLC, Piyumal Vikramasinghe, to further elaborate on the unique benefits of the product and the extremely simple registration process.
A very good morning, afternoon to all of you wherever you may be around the world. Hope everyone is keeping well and safe in these challenging times. I'm absolutely honored and privileged to be here today to announce the official launch of the Softlogic Life Dollar Saver Plan. The Dollar Saver is Sri Lanka's first ever dollar savings insurance product specifically designed for our Sri Lankans who are currently working abroad, which gives over 2 million Sri Lankan expats the opportunity to save and earn dollars at a guaranteed annual return of 6.5%. This plan gives access to Sri Lankans away from home the assurance of securing their hard-earned money in safe hands, while simultaneously providing them with much-needed protection. Softlogic Life, as a true Sri Lankan brand, always envisions and commits to improving the quality of life of our Sri Lankans, which is why today we have taken a step further to go beyond boundaries to deliver that promise. Is this product only for Sri Lankans living overseas? Well, not really. The Dollar Saver is also accessible to Sri Lankans residing in the country who have an income from an overseas source. I'm sure there are a lot of exporters, investors, and many other individuals who earn from a foreign source, and this product caters to their needs as well. Dollar Saver is a simple investment plus protection plan reinsured by Toa Re, one of the world's premier professional reinsurance companies operating worldwide. To put it in perspective, it's a 2-year plan offering you not only guaranteed annual return of 6.5 but also a life insurance cover. This life insurance cover is basically equal to your guaranteed maturity benefit. In simple terms, in the unlikely event of a loss of life during the policy period, the full promised amount shall be paid to your loved ones. The plan starts with a minimum premium of 5,000 USD and can go up to 100,000 USD with a value addition of a personalized assistance as well. In the new normal, with limited physical interaction, we saw an upward trend of customers adapting digital transactions. That's why we gave accessibility to anyone within or outside Sri Lanka to access our 100% digital and paperless registration process. Today, anyone from any part of the world has the convenience of digitally onboarding through any smart device with only a few clicks. To enroll in the plan, visit the below website and register with your mobile number. This will direct you to the amount you want to invest. A clear picture of the Sri Lankan passport information page, a selfie, and a few mandatory details is all we need. We have tied up with international payment providers such as Visa, Amex, MasterCard, and JCB to make payments below USD 10,000 and have opened the option of fund transfers as well. However, payments exceeding 10,000 US dollars can be made only via fund transfers. As you can see, it's a very simple, functional process which can easily be done in a few minutes with just a few clicks. And it's a convenient approach for anyone willing to register. With the launch of Dollar Saver Plan, Softlogic Life will now be known as an international insurance service provider operating beyond borders for the first time in Sri Lanka. Last but not the least, I would like to request you, the Sri Lankans residing here, to share this information with your loved ones, family and friends living overseas who have gone abroad, sacrificing a huge deal to make dreams of their loved ones possible. What we offer through the Softlogic Life Dollar Saver is unique, and we believe is the best proposition out there for a Sri Lankan living abroad. We stand by to simply give our customers extra return for their extra efforts and all the hard work. So please do take this word out so that both Sri Lankans and Sri Lanka can benefit from this initiative. Thank you very much.
The importance that foreign exchange plays in the Sri Lankan economy is a much discussed topic. And adding further to that topic is our chief guest today, Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Ajith Nivard Cabral.
I'm delighted to participate at the Softlogic Life Dollar Saver product launch, which I believe is a very innovative product which has been launched by one of Sri Lanka's main insurance companies. What I see interesting here is that they are using the savings aspect of any society to be able to generate a savings scheme as well as an insurance scheme. And it's particularly targeted at Sri Lankans who are living overseas. And I believe that's an important segment that they are now addressing. We all know that developing nations need savings, and those savings need to be converted into investments if growth is to take place. Sri Lanka is no different, and Sri Lanka also needs new investment to come in, and the investment should come in the form of savings, because then that would be very useful to keep the growth momentum of the country going. One of the main areas in which savings are generated is in the form of insurance, and innovative instruments in this fashion can be helpful. So I must congratulate Softlogic for creating this new instrument so that they can tap into the markets overseas of Sri Lankans who are working overseas as well as chosen to live overseas, to be a part and parcel of the savings community of Sri Lanka. And the fact that they have identified Middle East, Canada and several other countries in the world as being their target markets is also useful and important, and I hope they would be successful in having savings tapped from those destinations to be used in the Sri Lanka's growth part of our story. So we are looking forward to the success of these instruments. We hope that it will also pave the way for new instruments to take place, so that all over the world Sri Lanka can have a presence in the insurance market. The insurance market as well as the penetration of insurance is very vital for a country to move into the realm of economic growth, and I hope that this would be a forerunner for so many other products as well, both designed by the innovator of this product as well as others who can follow suit and bring Sri Lanka into focus as we go along. So I wish the product well, and I wish the company well, and I hope this insurance habit will grow in our country as well, so that Sri Lanka can make use of savings all over the world in the progress of Sri Lanka's growth story, which we are all committed to in a very, very strong manner. Thank you very much.
Softlogic Holdings, which has for nearly 3 decades paved frontiers in the business landscape in Sri Lanka, has held fast to its entrepreneurial spirit through extremely challenging times. The recipe for the group's success has been its optimism, its fearlessness, its dynamism, and its ability to always see opportunity in challenges. Helming Softlogic Holdings and Softlogic Life is Ashok Patirage, who I met up with earlier to get his thoughts on the big picture. Ashok, the pandemic has significantly impacted the economy, both the world's and also Sri Lanka's economy. And now, how important is it for companies to be relevant, to innovate, to meet changing consumer needs as we go along? We've seen companies do that, but how important is it to maintain that relevance?
Yeah. So, Savitri, I think it's a very, very good question. And I think that, it's not only during the pandemic. I think today's context with the competition and what's going around the world, I think it's important for companies to evolve. And in today's case, especially with the pandemic, I think adapting technology, I think that's a very key. So I think, if you take our company, I think even during the pandemic in the first 6 months, we have grown by 43% year on year. So I think it's a tremendous achievement by the organization. And we have, to somewhat, we have done because, we have been, adapting technology even before pre-COVID. And today, because of those things what we have done in the past, I think it has given us an advantage with our competition. So I think, it's a very important thing. It's very key, adapting what is happening around the world, and technology is going to stay and it's going to evolve. I think, so we are putting a lot of emphasis on that.
So now the country, in the same vein, is experiencing a severe foreign exchange crisis. So though I don't think that is where we stop, we actually start being optimistic, like you always have been. So what can companies like yours do, for instance, to actually make sure that the country's foreign exchange earning capabilities are fostered and nurtured?
So, well, I think this is one way, right? This particular product, what we are talking about. Obviously, right, we are trying to attract, Sri Lankans who are living overseas, right? Currently we have about almost 1.5 million, customer base. And, outside there are about almost 2 million, Sri Lankans who are living outside. So this is a very innovative way of that we are trying to get them to save, with this dollar product, right? So obviously, right, we are trying to bring more dollars into the country, I think at least in a small way. I think that, the company, will attract more dollars into the country, and, so that would help, to earning more foreign currencies.
So if that was the thinking behind it?
No, it was not really the thinking behind, right? Obviously, this is a small way of doing things, but we also saw that opportunity, right? Because we always wanted to tap into, the Sri Lankans who are living overseas, and we are, right, obviously, right, we are connected with all their, their siblings and, relatives in the country. So it's natural that we want to extend our services to people who are living overseas.
Did you always think of actually having that engagement with Sri Lankans overseas expatriates?
Absolutely. Now, if you take it as a group perspective, we are very strong. We are giving at least a very strong push towards e-commerce. One thing we are looking at Sri Lankans who are living overseas, and also, right, it's not about, them buying, imported products. It's all about, at least promoting Sri Lankan owned products and earning, foreign income to the country as country also. So I think, with the e-commerce push, right, obviously we are looking at people who are, living outside of this country.
So there's always been an optimism where you're concerned. So would you say that the group and even Softlogic Life, for instance, always had a long-term strategic vision of going beyond borders?
Yeah, so if you look at from the group, I don't want only to talk about, our insurance company. Yes, so we are looking at, right, at least, this part of the world, right, because some of the countries are very competitive, right? If you take India, it's a huge market, very cutthroat, and it's a difficult market to be. But there are countries like Bangladesh, which is growing at good speed, right, which is doing very well even during the pandemic, right? So that's a country that we have earmarked, right? We will look at many services that we are in the business, like healthcare is one area that we are looking at. Then naturally, right, I mean, we will go with, insurance is linked to healthcare. So we are looking at many things. Even our retail business like Odell can be a really great success story in the neighboring countries, right? So we are looking at many things. We don't only want to, because if you look at it, I mean, there are limitations. We have only 20 million population. Our company is almost, closer to 100 billion turnover. So the growth, I mean, we are not seeing the growth coming from as a country. We are not being growing that much. Our GDP has been growing around almost, I mean, it has been flat. Or, I mean, during the COVID time, of course, it was a negative growth. So hopefully, right, I mean, this year that we are expecting about 5% growth. Of course, coming from a very low base, it's not even where that the pre-COVID, right? So we like to, I mean, but if you take Softlogic even, I mean, of course, we had a dip. I think we were flat compared to pre-COVID last year. But this year, we expected to grow around 30%. So we have been having a phenomenal growth, that we started this company about 28 years ago from nothing today to, I mean, develop it to 100 billion. So, I mean, at some point that we will feel the growth is not going to come from this country. So obviously, right, I mean, we would want to start looking out. So that's something that we have been doing for a while. So hopefully, right, I mean, we would venture into some interesting and exciting things in the future.
So this is the start of many things to come.
Maybe, right? This is probably a service what we're trying to do, but probably that we will be looking at much larger investments outside of this country, and we are working on those.
Thank you so much, Ashok, for chatting with us today. It's been very, very insightful.
Thank you, Southie. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
There you have it. It's about finding opportunity in the most difficult of circumstances. But more than that, it's about taking Sri Lanka beyond its borders if business is to grow. The island may be small, but the world is its oyster. And with all the positive sentiments in place to make this country a leader in the region. We just heralded the launch of Softlogic Life Dollar Saver, a product that is destined to create new frontiers in the insurance industry. If you are a Sri Lankan living abroad or a dual citizen, or you're a Sri Lankan earning in dollars, then this is the product for you. Thank you for joining us today, and do stay safe.